Hey, welcome to the Red Talk Investors, a live broadcast where we're talking to some amazing women. Well, this beautiful young lady right here, Jasmine Belcher, one of my team partners. I'm so excited about being a part with you to talk to these young ladies about women in crypto. Women are women winning in crypto. So, with that being said, Jasmine, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, indeed. I want to first say, Shireen, thank you so much for inviting me, for having me. I appreciate it. So, a little bit about myself. I am a business owner. I am a self-employed business owner. I own a 24-hour childcare right here in Newport News, Virginia. I also am a mother of two boys, two rambunctious boys that are 10 and 4, Aiden and Marquel, my hearts. And then also, I am a former Navy wife, but I still support my military wives. Woo
Let's
woo.
go.
And I am a woman of crypto. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm so excited that you decided to join this community. Well, what made you make the decision to join the crypto community?
Oh, sheesh. Okay. So, October of 2021 is when I got into learning about crypto. I knew absolutely nothing about crypto when I got into this amazing community. And then just listening to mentors such as Dr. China Bethley or Dr. Jewel Tanker speak about the generational wealth that can be built with just growing your cryptocurrency account, right? And so I'm like, okay, I already got two boys, college maybe in the future, and I also want to be able to leave my children with wealth and not bills when I
Exactly.
transition on to the Lord, right? So I'm like, okay, 9 to 5 is not going to cut it. Got to be another way. And like I mentioned, listening to China, I'm like, okay, this is the way, this is the opportunity that the Lord has placed above me, before me. So that is why I'm here today.
Awesome. And again, I'm Shireen Lady Brad Talker. Been in this space for about 3 years, starting this April. And we decided because we wanted something more, right? And through this space, has helped me and my husband grow wealth, right? And our main goal was to create generational wealth. Cryptocurrency just happened to be the vehicle that we chose to use to help us get to that space faster. So with that being said, what value do you think cryptocurrency has brought you this far? So now you're in a space where you're learning about cryptocurrency, right? Because you can't just come in and just get into cryptocurrency.
Right.
I think the educational part is definitely a necessity. What would you say has been your experience in a cryptocurrency space where you are now?
So where I'm at now, learning about how I could become a digital realtor, right? Or basic, a digital realtor. Let me speak about the metaverse, right? And knowing that I may need some cryptocurrency coins, even to just purchase some things. Not saying that that's all the time, but just to see and purchase some things, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'm hearing about these different type of coins. I understand that if I buy low, sell when it's high, I'm still learning. I'm still a student. So I'm like, okay, cryptocurrency, all I know right now and I'm hearing is that it's creating that generational wealth, longevity, right? And then I'm also learning, okay, now cryptocurrency will be the new currency in the future. The US dollar is not worth really much of anything right now. And as I'm paying attention, the government is quickly, like expeditiously, getting into crypto. So I am still a student. I am still learning so much more, but I am also noticing that this is the future. And so now it's imperative for me to teach my children about crypto and teach my children about financial literacy and on the way changing the trajectory to financial freedom. So that is what I've learned so far with cryptocurrency.
Why do you think it's so important for women to be educated and more knowledgeable about cryptocurrency today more than ever?
So back in time, the man is the provider, the man is the one that has all the smarts when it comes to taking care of the household, right? And so, ladies such as myself, single mom, it's time for me to be the head of the household of my, of my own. Not knocking any wives, I've been there, but it's important to have a mind of your own, investing more on your own. And then,
Absolutely.
hey, hubby, look, listen, this is what I'm doing. This is what is happening. You join me, or we could be separate, and I can still build this wealth and still take care of us together. So, as a single mom, as a woman in crypto, as a single mom, I should say, it's important to me that I understand that I need to build a strong foundation to build up my crypto portfolio, to have that wealth, to be able to use it as a vehicle for my business. For one, let's talk about that part. And then to also teach my children that this is what you are going to do to create that longevity wealth for it to go for generations to come.
Absolutely. Well, one of the reasons why I decided that I wanted to build cryptocurrency, and the reason why I'm so excited, because when I first started in this space, we were focused on Forex. Everything was Forex, right? Everything is money, right? My mind is money. I've been accounting. I took accounting in college, so I know about how money works. And everybody knew about the stock market, but nobody knew about what Forex was. And so that was my big experience learning about Forex. But my biggest thing was I wanted women to win. I was a military wife as well for a while. And what I noticed is that a lot of women would stay home, or there was husbands that stayed home, and we had to deal with the kids while the men were going out to work. And I needed a vehicle that if I had to stay home, how can I make money so I can still feel valued, right? So, women need to feel that value, and they have their own money. I need my own bag. I don't know about anybody else, but I need my own bag, right? I don't want to
Yes,
have to ask
no
my husband
allowances.
permission to
Right.
spend some money. I don't want to have to keep coming home and hiding those shoes. Come on, ladies. I don't
Yes.
want to spend all this money and not my husband not know. But if you have your own bag, you're not worried about that, right? And
Right.
so this space meant that I would be able to create multiple bags
Mhm.
in a space where, like my 401k, no one's handling my money. I
Right.
make money, I should be able to handle it and
Right.
make it grow. And so one of the things I did not know how to do was allow my money to work for me. So
Right.
in this space, that's what it's taught me. It's taught me how to make my money grow and work for me, even if I'm at work. And that was like a no-brainer for me. Who doesn't
Right.
want their money to work for them? And so to me, the reason why I say women in crypto, and this is a male dominant space, right?
Yes, it is. Right.
We didn't have a place, right? But now there's more women jumping into crypto, because one of the things is we realized as they made this affordable, they took this
Mm-mm.
from Main Street, I mean, from Wall Street to Main Street, so any ordinary person can jump into this space now. Why did they do that? Right? Because now you can get your education and learn about cryptocurrency and learn how to make your money grow. And so now that I know that, this is something I could do from home. So when we had that pandemic,
Oh,
that was
yes.
such a big eye opener for me, because I was like, I need to tell everybody about this space.
I
How
think that
to
was an eye opener for a lot of people. And a lot of millionaires were created during the pandemic. And
absolutely,
so it's like, okay, now I know the wish and shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I would have saw this during the pandemic, but that's okay. Guess what? It's not too late. It is not
exactly.
too late right now for you to get into crypto. And so, yes, the pandemic set you down. You had to learn about crypto. You had to learn about trading in the market if that is where you wanted to go, as far as working from home and not having to clock in for anyone else, right? And to be a business owner, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I can schedule these kids and I can schedule in my learning time and I can schedule in my trading time. And I'm making money while being on the clock for my business. So that is one thing in helping women to win that I will love, that is a part of my mission actually, to help single mothers and to help mothers that is doing it on their own. Just let's go, let's get it. Having multiple jobs is not the way, because when do you have time for your kids? So yeah,
Absolutely. And
I
that's
agree.
one of the reasons why me and my husband also decided, because we wanted more time freedom. It's so important to me. Like, why do you work? You work so that you can go on vacation with your family and you can do these other things with your family. But if you're all the time working and you don't have time to, enjoy your family, it's like, what is it worth? I think a lot of times, most of these teenagers are, home alone, getting bullied online, all of this stuff that's happening because the parents are so busy. We're out and we're grinding, right? Because we want to give our kids the best life. But the
Right.
best life is not always monetary. The best life could be, your time spent with them, hearing
Yes.
them out, talking with them, letting them know that they matter. And a lot
Right.
of parents are
Right.
missing, but this opportunity with crypto allows you to work right where you are, whether you're at home, whether you at work. I on my lunch break I can trade. And so wherever you are, this is a vehicle that can help you to win in a space that, especially for women. I'm focused right now on women because I really want women to hone in to understand that this is a space they can win and win as long as they're putting their whole mind and soul into this. Because, like anything in life, to whom much is given, much is required. And so,
Come
I'm
on now.
just excited that we have some amazing mentors, right? Because I'm not an educator, I'm still a student, right? We have some amazing educators, and we have some amazing mentors that are women, right? Kimberly Torres is a
Yes.
educator, right? And she's
Yes.
a beast that
Willie
educated.
Mill. Yes.
And we have some amazing, there's women on our platform that teaches people how to trade. And to me, that's a big deal, because again, this is a male a predominant space. And so women, you can win and win big if you come in this space. One thing I found that is necessary though in this space is consistency, right? So if you're not diving into the educational platform to learn, right, and you're not at least looking at a trade, right? You don't have to trade every day, but at least you can look at
Right.
what the market is doing to make sure you stay
Right.
educated, because things are changing daily, right? So
Yes.
you have to have that consistency to win in this space. That's just like anything, right? Even at your job, you got to go there 9 to 5. That 9 to 5 is the same thing what you do with anything you want to become great in. You have to give it time. And so how do you as a woman find the time to learn about cryptocurrency or about even like the charts and the graphs? How do you find time to learn? And we're not going to be before you guys long. I just wanted to kind of touch on this.
So hmm. So the hardest, you said the hardest lesson?
No, how do you find time
Oh, finding
to be
time. Okay.
consistent
So
with
as I
trading?
was mentioning earlier, like finding time to trade. So I literally, when I first got started, okay, I'm already in deep with my business and I'm getting children, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not finding the time. And I'm gonna be transparent. I was not finding the time to trade, right? But what I was focused on was other things involving this business. So I'm like, okay, it's no sense of me being focused on this part if this ain't, if I'm not being a product of the product, let's say that.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I've got to be disciplined and got to be consistent and finding out exactly what I'm going to schedule the time for to trade. And so I literally had to test run my children, so to speak, test run the daycare kids. all right, I know you guys are falling asleep during this time, and I know you guys are eating during this time. So in between this time, I'm trading, or in between this time, I'm watching a pre-recorded video from one of the educators and learning a strategy, right? So now I have the Bollinger Band strategy, and I don't have
Let's
a down pat yet,
go.
but I'm getting there. And I'm like, gosh, okay, I could have been had this down pat. Like I could have been sat down and scheduled that time, and I would have been, you know what I'm saying, been I'll say a platinum 150 in the trading world, meaning like bringing in at least $150 for, let's just say, for a week in trading.
Past profits does
So
not guarantee future results.
yes, right. That's right. So I'm like, okay, I'm always hearing my mentor speak on, you've got to be consistent. You've got to stay plugged into the educators. You have got to make sure you make the time. And so I'm like, okay, forget this. 24 hours a day. There's no excuses whatsoever. I am going to get this going. So I finally sat down, finally took 30 minutes to 45 minutes in a day to get this schedule, this strategy, right? The Bollinger Band strategy. And now I feel more confident looking at the charts. What's
That's
going
amazing.
on, Queen Kimberly?
Hey,
Yeah.
Kimberly. Ladies and gentlemen, I just brought this beautiful queen. Kimberly, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And here's another cryptocurrency queen. Let's go.
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I am international saxophonist Kimberly McKinney. I am right here in the wonderful Atlanta, Georgia. Guys, I've been in this space. Now will probably be, let's see, maybe about 2 years, but collectively 3 years for me. And I enjoy. I'm so excited about where we are with the company and the fact of what we're doing. And I was looking at some things today to notice that wherever we go, guys, it sets the tone to think higher and have people to think higher and believe higher. So I'm extremely happy. And yes, I am a crypto trader. I love US 30 and I
Me too.
love Effect. Yes.
What is it you do outside of trading, Kimberly?
Of course, I'm a full-time musician, entrepreneur. That's what I do. I figured that, I always knew that my calling wasn't a 9 to 5 job. And once I was released from that in 2018, I've never looked back. So, you always think, okay, well, God, how is this going to work? How am I going to be able to provide, now that I'm out here on my own? I knew that time when I was working corporate, I was still doing my music. I was supplementing actually my music to pay my bills, because although I was working a 9 to 5 job, guys, it wasn't enough. I was making more money, but I was taking home less. So my parents was like, well, what are you gonna do? Y'all gotta excuse me, I got so much stuff going on. My parents was like, what are you gonna do? I was like, I'm not gonna worry. I said, I'm not afraid, I'm not worried. I just know that this is the time. And it is the time. It is the time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One of the questions I was just asking Jasmine was, how does she find the time to actually, study and actually trade in the market? Most of the questions that I find when I'm introducing folks to this space is, I don't have the time. Like, I have my hands full. And right now you're a full-time entrepreneur. And I know you stay busy because I've seen you on the award shows. And I know I'm staying busy. I still work, and then a full-time wife and mother. So I still have a lot of, things that I'm doing, but I find the time. You know why? Because this makes money. This makes money for me, right? This is another avenue and another skill set where I can make some money. So how do you find the time to fit this in your schedule so that you can win in this space?
I don't care what I have going on. One thing about it, people make excuses for life situations. But the more you talk about life situations, the longer you stay broke. So you have to force yourself to come up with a plan. Like I had to talk to some people from my team, that I've helped bring into this space. Like there's no excuse. So every time I listened to what that person had to say, I had a rebuttal like, okay, and you did what? So because you can't tell me stuff like that. You can't. Because one thing about it, I pick up on stuff very, very quickly. And if I know that that's an excuse, I'm just going to call you out on it. And it's not because I want to just call you out. I just want to call out so that you can be better, so that you can develop better, so that you can, first of all, you invest your money to do something, get what you came to get out of it. Stop making excuses. Like I'm a no holds bar when it comes to that. Don't make no excuses, because I got life going on as well. I got a situation that's going on as well. I got to sit here and I'm thinking about, I have a $5,000 transmission issue that I have to deal with. But do you see me worrying about that? I can't worry about that. Why? Because I have access to a platform that's going to help me get that money. I have access to a platform that's not going to help me to make no excuses for. I have access to a platform where I can get in the market. Like, I don't care what's going on, y'all, with the, for those who are watching in Facebook, I'm getting more and more and more bold, and I'm posturing myself, because people come with all kinds of excuses. But at the same time, the longer you make an excuse, the longer you prolong your situation. So there's no excuse, just do it. So in the morning, I find I get up around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, because I have a daughter with special needs, that I help her get her ready for school. And while I'm there, I'm in a go live session. I'm on with Dr. Kathy Kirkland. I'm on with Lee Allen. I'm on with whoever else that I can identify that's going to make trading and learning the charts much easier for me. So I hop on during that time, especially 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll do that, because I know the markets are moving volatilely, and there's a quick way to get it's a quick way to get $200 in 20 minutes. So
that does not guarantee future results.
Absolutely. So, and then I'm up looking at those charts, like the educators literally give you the answers to the charts. Like I was looking at Dr. Kathy Kirkland, like her strategy is so easy to follow that it's ridiculous. Yeah, crazy ridiculous. And you say that, and people say, well, I don't have time. You can be putting in a trade while you're brushing your teeth. You can carry that phone with you to the bathroom. You can carry that phone to your bedroom. You can carry that phone with you to the kitchen. You can carry your computer with you if you want to watch it on a larger, on a laptop. You can carry that with you. So there's no excuse to say, well, I don't have time. Well, okay.
I think one of my favorite tools that they offer us in this space is they offer us an app that we can download to our phone. And that app kind of gives you trade ideas, right? Notification. Of course, even though they give you the trade ideas, I still personally, I still do my check marks, right? Because once you join the platform, they give you check marks to check off before you just enter a trade, right? Right. And so I definitely still do that. Some people don't, but you can still double check, right? And so that's one of the things that help me personally trade. One of the things I also love is that, there's different academies. So within the HFX Academy, they have a 1 o'clock session with Dr. Lee. I love hopping on their sessions, learning, their strategies, and it's working for me because I work, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that everybody learns the same, because that's why we have more than 200 educators on this platform to help teach people how to learn, and hopefully you'll find one that works for your educational background.
Yeah.
Right. So Jasmine, I'm not. This is the last question I'm going to ask. Do you feel that it is important to be inside of a community that helps you learn how to, maneuver through this process?
Yes, it is imperative, because most people that I come in contact with and I talk to them about coming onto the academy and trading in the market, I can give them my whole spiel, and you can tell the mindset of certain individuals when you speak with them, right? So with this community, we do not always only talk about crypto. We don't always talk about trading. We really seriously, genuinely care about each and every individual that come into the academy. We genuinely care about your mindset. You cannot get into the market. You cannot trade in the market with a bad negative mind space, right? And so it is imperative that if you are trading in the market, get yourself some mentors, get yourself a community. I feel it's best as you go ahead and join us, right? I really think you should. I really know that you should. However, if you feel as though not joining have yourself a positive mindset, because you're probably one of those individuals I've spoken to that always say trading in the market or anything like that, it's a scam. You're always looking at it as a scam. That's because your mindset wasn't in the right place. I'm gonna just be honest. You've probably went in there gambling, mindset of gambling, and you thought that you could just get into this market and start trading and win. No, there are risks in everything that you do. And I was just speaking to someone yesterday on Instagram with this same thing. He was under a mentor of mine's picture, and he was rambling on about the fact that she's chairman 100 and she doesn't get the money in the trading, just trading in the market. I said, well, wait, why you count her purse? But how do you know that? Her mindset is positive. So when she's trading in the market, you don't, just because you see chairman 100, that does not mean that that's just that. That's her rank. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, that's personally, to me personally, I think that's just one way to make money, right?
Right.
That's one way to make money. But in this community, we learned that there's multiple streams of income. The Bible teaches us that we should have at least 7, right? Because we never know what this world is going to bring us. Yes. And so to me, I shouldn't care about your bag. I shouldn't care about how much Kimberly makes, because I'm not spending her money. I'm not going to pay her rent. Right. I'm not going to pay yours. I'm going to pay mine. So my generational wealth, my wealth is for my family and for whoever else I can help, right? Wherever God leads me to help. So worrying about how she's getting her money, how many bags she's getting, and if she's writing a book and if she's doing all that stuff, if anything, you would want to find out how she has accomplished all of that stuff, right? Because one of the things that was a myth for me was women, people that have a lot of money don't want to share. And that's a myth. That is a lie. Because when I came in this space, when I tell you these people share the nuggets, I've learned so much in this space that the money that I pour into myself is so worth it. Like it doesn't even equate to the worth of being in this space with the mentors that we have, all the information they pour into us. Kimberly, how do you feel about the community that we're a part of? Does it help you mentally? And would you bring your children, your family, your grandparents, your friends? I mean, is it worth having people in this space? Because that's where the information is. To me, wherever you are, your environment is so important because it helps drive the way you think and the decisions that you're going to make. And so, Kimberly, give us your spill on how do you feel about this community?
I want to start off by saying that a lot of times people come from different backgrounds, what they've been taught, how they've been taught to think. And many times it's almost like they get uncomfortable, they get upset with you because you try to help them change their mindset. Unbeknownst to them, they may think, okay, well, I'm used to this, but really your mindset is keeping you in poverty. It's causing you to be negative. So that's the one thing I love about this platform, is the fact that I came from an area, it's like I had to force, like I knew what I was seeing, and I'm very observant of my surroundings, of the spirit realm, of the earthly realm. I'm very cognizant about what goes on, what I'm seeing. And I came from an area where people were just really complacent. Like they were just complacent with the way that life is. They were complacent about, having a raggedy, torn down or almost dilapidated house. They were okay, or they were okay with riding, cars, junk cars on the street. It was just, it was just unbelievable. And I knew that I didn't want that type of life. I didn't want to live like that. Some people are complacent with living like that. They're complacent with just a little bit. I don't want to be like that. And God didn't call us to be just to be okay with a little bit. So being a part of this platform has really not only enhanced, but it added additional mindset to make me feel like, wow, I really can change the way that I think. And being around other positive people, it helps me to make better decisions. First of all, a lot of times sometimes people make decisions based upon emotions, but you can't do that. You got to make decisions, sound decisions. You got to make sound decisions. But the platform allows you to not only have the influence of a Dr. Jewel, a Dr. China, it gives you the influence of, now we have young people, young guy, Nano. Yes. Nano. He's young, guys. He's in his early 20s, and he talks about the mindset. So that's powerful, how your mind can change your surroundings. It can change your environment. And that's what you have to learn. Your mind can change your environment. Once you make the decision to say, although maybe 5 minutes ago you was thinking negative, and you turn that thing around 5 minutes later and start thinking about that same situation more so in a positive way, then you just give yourself a little bit of time, maybe the next minute, the 6th minute, something in the spirit realm is going to turn that situation around for you. Whereas you thought 5 minutes ago you was thinking positive or thinking negative about a situation. Now you made a conscious effort decision to say, I'm gonna go about this a different way. I'm gonna react a different way. And then now you start to see God bring the blessings, bring the abundance, bring the peace, bring the provision for you. So mindset is powerful, guys. It's powerful.
When you said that, Kimberly, I apologize for cutting you. But when you said that, what brought to my mind is that God says, when you're thinking of things of a bad report, think of things that are good, that are sound. Think of those things that I've already overcome for you, right? God has already overcome some things for us. So we can always remember, if he did it before, he'd do it again, right?
Absolutely.
So the same thing comes with our mindset. And he tells us, even in the scripture, people perish for lack of knowledge. Not lack of knowledge in what? In any aspect of our life where our focus is trying to grow, right? Because some people may feel like cryptocurrency is not good for them. I beg to differ. Why? Because if you look at where the world is going, cryptocurrency, actually, if you Google ATM, cryptocurrency, ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs, they're flying everywhere around. Yeah. Banks are getting entangled with it. I'm going to use the word entangled. Banks are getting involved in it, right? So many people are getting involved with cryptocurrency, and we have to ask ourselves why. Because it's a currency that was built for people. It's a decentralized currency, right? There's no middleman. There's no bank that you have to deal with when you're dealing with cryptocurrency. And right now, the government is trying to figure out a way how they're going to tax us on this thing. So right now, while it's in this beginner stage, every person in the world can benefit from this. If you get an educational platform space that's going to teach you how to maneuver through with cryptocurrency. And there's loopholes because it's still new, right? And people say, well, what Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is just the first cryptocurrency to ever come out, but it's also the fastest growing asset. It's the fastest growing asset over cash, over gold, over silver. It has grown so fast. I mean, it is also fluctuating as fast. But at the end of the day, right, when we go to school, we get our education, and we go to college, and we put our money into going to college and getting this education with hope that we're going to get a job that's going to pay us enough money to pay off this education. I don't know about you guys, but right now I'm still paying student loans, right? And if you look at the majority of everyone in this country, most people are trying to get their student loans dismissed.
Right.
They're still paying on student loans. Most of them are not even working in jobs they went to school for. And so this is something that's going to help change how we see money, right? Because I believe for myself, I didn't know how money worked until I got into this space. So with that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you for joining us. But it's important that you learn about cryptocurrency and how it can benefit your family. We are definitely having a woman in cryptocurrency right here in Virginia, VA on April 30th. If you live in the Hampton Roads area, we invite you to come out in person and come and learn how to make this avenue work for your family. Make this vehicle help you alongside of your job. We don't discriminate jobs. I mean, jobs, if that's where you're getting your money, great. Hop on even with your jobs. Everybody needs a second income, but you don't need a second job because that's more time, right? Yeah. I mean, 16 hours a day is good for you? No, you need time for your family, time for yourself. And then guess what? When you want to go somewhere, you got to get permission from 2 jobs? I think not.
Look, no, stop. Sorry. Say that again.
I'm not going to do it.
That because I've seen far too many people celebrate on Facebook how they got a second job, they got a third job, and I get it because of the economy, and I get it because inflation. But at the end of the day, especially if you got children, how is that value to the time that you're spending with your kids?
That's a good one.
How? I'm going to say this and I'm done because I can go on and on. I really seriously see people on Facebook celebrating that I got a second job. I got a third job. Woo woo, bag.
You gotta understand one thing. This is one thing I understood when I got in this space. First of all, that's something we're taught, right? That's a taught behavior, right? We're taught to go to school, get jobs, right? But what we don't realize is that going to school and just getting a job is not going to be enough, right? And we know that jobs were not created to make us rich. And so it's just enough to, come home, get the job, pay the bills, right? And so one of the books that I'm reading is part of one of my mentors, A Millionaire Mindset. The book is amazing, guys. If you're not pouring into your mind education on how to get better for yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. You have to learn how to make your money work for you. And so with that being said, again, get back to the person that invited you out to hear about this message. Listen, if you're interested, down below, we have information so that you can join us. You can go to eBright for our April 30th cryptocurrency that we're teaching women in crypto, the new rules of money, guys. I invite you to come out and learn about cryptocurrency. Go to eBright to get your tickets, or get back to the person that invited you to this StreamYard so that you can get more information. We just gave you a little breakdown about some of the ways women are trading and how they're making it work, guys. Because I mean, I have kids. My goal is not to be here for the rest of my life and working a 9 to 5. I have grandkids now. I'm ready to just travel. I'm gonna be honest. My coworker was telling me, you know, she's 70, no, she's 60 something. She just got a SUV, a RV, where she could just go on the road and put a
That's fun.
beautiful, you know. And listen, I want to. That's gonna be me next. I want
I
to be.
know that's right. Claim that.
So, you know, I'm gonna use all avenues because I need more than one stream to be able to not work. I'm not telling people get in this space and just quit your job. I'm not saying that. Some people will tell you that.
The best. We're not saying that.
I'm
glad
saying
you said that. We're not saying quit.
I'm saying create multiple streams, right, of income, and this is probably one of them, right? And you will find. To me, this is my main one. I want this to be my main one. Why? Because investing helps your money to work for itself. I don't have to work it. It works while I'm asleep, right?
And that skill you forever will have.
Exactly. And so that's why this platform works for me. It works for me. It works for me, y'all. And so with that being said, again, Jasmine, give them information so that they can contact you if they want to contact you. And Kimberly, please give them your information as well if they want to contact you. Kimberly, are you still there?
Or I am. I'm on here with the setting up my business email, guys. Yeah, so so they happen to hop on while we were discussing. But the way that you can get in touch with me, you can definitely reach out to me through social media under Kimberly McKinney, Instagram and Facebook. You can go to my website, kimistrymusic.com. That's KIMISTRYMUSIC.com. But more than likely, it's going to be your social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook.
Absolutely. And what about you, Jasmine? Let's give up the information.
Absolutely. So it's your girl Jasmine, your favorite entrepreneur once again, and she is back. But I am on Facebook, Jasmine Belcher, as you see here on the screen, and also Instagram is _ queen with many hats. So yes, make sure you reach out to me to gain the access. We are having a masterclass this Thursday at 8 p.m. and tomorrow at 4 p.m. So make sure you check out my Facebook so you could get connected, because I'm telling you now, if you're ready for the abundance that 2022 is supposed to be bringing to you, you need to get in contact with me. So what you want to do is text me the word freedom to 910-382-9495. Thank you, Shireen.
Awesome. And thank you, baby, for reminding me the name of Dr. Jules' book, which is Mind of a Millionaire. Mind of a Millionaire. I apologize. Mind of a Millionaire. Guys, if you need a book that's going to explain to you how to become a millionaire, that book is fire. I'm reading it over and over and over. I'm still on chapter 1, going back and back and back and back and forth.
I'm on 4.
Because I want to make sure that I get the nuggets and that I really clearly understand what I'm reading. And it's an easy read. It's not a difficult read. I just wanted to stay in my brain. And so I just say, women, get that book. It's for men too. All you got to do is place the millionaires with the millionaire. And so with that being said, we are coming up on 42 minutes. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Women in Cryptocurrency. And I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is definitely too crowded.
Way too crowded. Yes.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.
And one more thing, you can reach me, of course, at I am _ Lady Bread Talker, or on Facebook, or actually through my husband's platform, Dre Lavelle, the Bread Talker. Love you, babe. And I'll see you guys on the other side of
Let's go.
Good night.